Hey Divine Beauties, how are you today? I have a little story to share with you. For those of you who don't know who I am Ingrid. And why don't you know who I am? Just teasing. I'm having a great laugh today. Giggling, playing. I've just come off 3 weeks of a lot of work that I love, and now it's time to play, travel through New York City with my family, take some time to just be, right, and receive and replenish. Yesterday was an intense day for us. Aria had a vomiting bug, so while I was washing vomit off my daughter, I was helping to Divine Women with their video series and shooting and writing copy. Something that's really interesting, I think people sometimes when they see you do things so easily don't realize how much is actually really involved in the work. I have 20 years of a business experience. I'm a published writer. I've worked as an editor. I've worked in advertising. I was an ad executive in New York at the time of 28, selling and pitching TV. And so I have an enormous amount of experience. And that experience has come through, hey, gorgeous Liana, through a lot of work. I used to have so much fear about writing, and I was actually explaining that really when I do write now, I just call in a divine channel, but also I understand emotive copywriting and storytelling, and you know, I'm almost 43, so I've been around, I have an enormous amount of experience. And I think sometimes people, whilst they're deeply grateful, they see you do things with ease, but really at the end of the day, the amount of, hey Tabitha, the amount of focus and intent and work and expansion that I've had to go through in order to do the work that I do, like all of you, right? All of you who are teachers, transformational teachers, business strategists, whatever it is that you're doing in your profession, excellence comes through a lot of work, right? So I just want to be really clear, really, with people that if you see someone doing something with ease, really have value for that and really honor that, because it's not something that we really just pull out of our butts, right? Or it's not something that's just happened. It's an evolution. It requires so much. So if I create beautiful, incredible sales copy for someone, I could literally charge for, if I do a 15-minute or 30-minute job, it's at least worth sometimes $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 if I really wanted to charge those rates, right? That's what it's actually worth. If it's copy that's really going to engage an audience, a video ad, sales copy, I go in. A lot of people don't actually know what I do. Hey Francis, thank you for your work, your contribution, all of you. We need to really value it, and then also value others. So I think also sometimes when a woman is in scarcity, and right, there's so much work, isn't there, Liana? When a woman doesn't fully own and value her own work, it's harder for them to value others. Like they do, but they don't really truly get it on some level. And that's okay, because it's up to you to really get it and clearly communicate with love the value of your work, right? So in my past, I would sometimes discount my fee to make the other person feel comfortable. And it's actually really disempowering for all involved, I believe, because energetically it's out of alignment with your value, and you're almost like teaching other women to discount themselves. And it's something that is not okay. I will not stand for it, and I will not contribute to that kind of scarcity vibe, right? So I will stand. I'm more happy to walk away from a $25,000 job, a $50,000 job, if it's actually worth more. I'm willing to let it go if the vibration between the client and I is not fully aligned, right? Where there's not this level of real understanding of what's involved here. So that's something that I'm really, really passionate about, and I've gotten to a point in my life where there's this deep level of surrender, and I won't punish or sacrifice myself or my family or my time and energy, right, to make it okay for someone else. Because every time I do that, hello Rhiannon, every time I do that, I burn myself. I do it. No one's doing it to me. I do it, right? It's actually my own sacrifice and scarcity where I discount. So I've decided there's a few people that have already invested with me where I'll do a lower rate for them because I just want to and I love them. They've already invested. And what I look for in my clients is women who do the work, they show up, they follow what I say, and they move at this really beautiful, I love you too, Liana, this beautiful pace. Doesn't mean we don't have expansion, kind of up-leveling, freak out sometime, but there's this level of real responsibility and moving forward, and it feels really delicious. It feels buoyant. And when I'm in the presence of a woman like that, what I've noticed is that we constantly uplift each other. There's an ease to it, there's a grace to it, because everyone's taking personal responsibility for their part of the journey. And in fact, it's the only way they will get the transformation and ascension that they deserve and that they're calling forth and that is part of their birthright, right? So they must rise. When we reach down all the time to constantly pick someone up who's not taking full responsibility, we're actually disempowering them. So the thing that really made me cry, however, is I'm going to teach, that's the word that came up. Sorry, I'm a bit tired today. I'm going to go out, I said at the beginning of this video, and play the rest of the day and just to receive and refill my cup. Can't wait. But what really made me cry was that I did something that I actually teach not to do, and it caught me off guard. So I have a beautiful, beautiful soul sister client who saw that I was doing these other sessions with people, these VIP days where I was writing scripts for them, helping them with their content, and they were shooting at least 3 or 4 videos, opt-ins, video sales pitches, and she wanted that, and she kind of thought that that's what she was getting, so she got all this other stuff in my 3-day immersion. But actually what she wanted was this other VIP day experience. One part of it was I wanted to make sure that I had enough time for my own work and my own family, and so I didn't necessarily want to sell more spots. That was one part of it. But there was another part of it where I was like, oh my God, and she was really sad that she shared openly with me that she was sad that she didn't get the opportunity to do that shoot. And she did a shoot, but she didn't get that opportunity to have that one-on-one time with me for a day. And I had to sit back and think, what went on there? And I was really busy. I just finished a major immersion with High-End Empire. I sold all the spots really just to clients. I didn't even have a sales page for my 3-day immersion. It was quite busy. My dad's sick, so I had a lot going on. But at the heart of it all, I had to ask myself what was going on. And what was going on for me was I knew this person had some stuff going on in her own life, and I didn't want to come across as pushy. I didn't want to come across like kind of, I don't know, forcing anything on her, going for the hard sell or anything like that. And usually what I teach is how other people respond to you selling to them and reaching out to them and making an offering is their choice. That's on them. It's not, you don't need to take that on, right? But there was a little bit of a hesitation there for me where I actually got concerned about what this person would think about me if I made the offer. Now, 99% of the time or 95% of the time, I make the offer. with no shame, with no concern about their response to it, other than I feel energetically called to make the offer, and I do it with heart, and then it's their choice to respond how they want to respond, right? So it was definitely life, the universe, spirit calling me to even rise up further and be even more kind of deliberately clear about my offerings, to release even more any fear of being concerned about what other people are going to think about me, because this person wanted that offer and I held back on offering it because of the concern around how she may take it. So I'm sharing this story to invite you to make the offer when you feel called to make the offer from a place of heart and love, with absolutely no shame, as an act of divine service. And let's just release all attachment to that person's response. When you serve from a place of love, when you have high integrity, it is one of the most loving things you can do, because it's an act of divine service. So let's all just take a deep breath and ask Creator and the Divine to support us in this moment, to all feel what it feels like to feel deeply safe, to sell, to speak up, to reach out, to communicate, and to express what we do with no shame, no fear, and no concern about how the other person may respond. So I'm going to tell you, I do reach out to people on Facebook or Messenger. I don't do bots because I don't want to blast people with heaps of sales pitches. However, when I feel that someone could really deeply benefit from our co-creation together, I will reach out. And I now give myself permission, and you can repeat this after me. I now give myself permission to sell with grace and love from my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's all I have to share today. I'm going to go out and enjoy my husband and my daughter. Want to come and say hi, Chris? I also want to thank Chris today. Oh, my pleasure. Chris has been the most gorgeous, amazing man. He does all the video shooting. We have teleprompters so people can read their scripts. We've had people speaking in Finnish, and he's had to guide all the text and watch. It's been quite an interesting journey. It's been beautiful, and he's been there with me every step of the way. So I want to thank you.
Thanks, darling.
We've been through a journey, him and I together, working together. The first year was absolute hell. You know, we were going through all these upper level limits. He didn't understand the business. I'd been doing it for quite some time on my own. But I just want to reach out to all of you that if you're working with your partners, that it does get easier if you both are committed to healing your own stuff and taking personal responsibility for your own stuff. And so now we have a beautiful dance. It's not always perfect, but we have a beautiful, yes, happy tears. Let's go sell and serve. Absolutely. Amen, sister. Bring it on. But we have a beautiful dance going on, and I'm so grateful for it. So grateful for you, Chris.
Thank you, darling.
And I just want to say, Caitlin McCarthy, who is a dear girlfriend of mine and friend now. We've worked together for a few years, and now I've mentored Caitlin, and now she is standing by my side. The things that she's done for me, like folding laundry, doing the dishes at the end of the day when I've just had enough at the end of the day. I just want to be still, and I walk into the kitchen and it's perfectly clean. running around and getting makeup for me. Yesterday, getting nail polish for one of the girls who needed nail polish. Running and getting our food, making sure that I was fed in the morning. She's been incredible. She's been I really wanted to make sure that I had someone. You can leave if you want, darling.
I want to thank you though, darling.
Oh.
You're the one that spends most of the time sitting here talking to the phone and all the wonderful people out there. And maybe you don't get the thanks and the love and the I guess you're the one putting your face out there to the world, basically supporting all the people that are out there and sharing your brilliance. And I want to thank you for not only being brave enough to do that, but just putting yourself out there. It's changed our lives.
Yeah.
It's changed lots of other people's lives. So if you want to give Ingrid a bit of a thanks and a heads up, let's tap a bit of love. Yeah, got a bit of love going on there. And
thank you.
Pretty awesome. Anyway, that was my 2 cents.
I think at the end of the day, one of the things that I also keep saying to my divine, beautiful students, clients, soul sisters is take up space, woman, take up space. I love you too, you guys. I love you, Tabitha. I love you, Frances. Frances is an amazing designer. Follow her. But take up space. We've been fed a myth to contract, to pull back. One woman wrote to me just the other day, she's beautiful, saying, oh my God, Ingrid, like you just trigger the F out of me. It's okay to trigger people. I trigger people all the time, and our responsibility as leaders and healers and mystics, visionary entrepreneurs, is to stay in your own vibration, to not go down to their level, right? And to just stay true to yourself and take up space. So of course it's going to trigger people when we've been fed, all of us. And you know what? People think, oh, you're so comfortable on camera. Some people know my story, but I had a lot of abuse growing up. I have divine, amazing parents, but there was a lot of emotional bullying, physical abuse as well. And I think that trauma lived in my body for so long. And I think by the time I'd reached about 35, it really had taken a toll on me because I hadn't released it yet properly, fully. So getting on camera and speaking my truth and taking up space has taken me a long time. So be patient with yourself. But I'm inviting you to do it. Take up space. See your sacral chakra and your throat chakra beaming with the divine light and seeing the love coming back to you. I have been very mindful that pretty much 99% of the time when I take up space and really speak my truth and stay true to myself and just be myself, because that's really all we need to be. We don't need to be glam. We don't need to be extroverted. We don't need to compare each other. Just the divine essence of who you are is more than enough. But take up space. Take up authentic space that is you, and you will receive. You will find your tribe, because the right tribe will respond to that, right? Take up space. Allow yourself to be seen. Allow yourself to be heard. Allow yourself to be powerful. Allow yourself to have fun. Allow yourself to have pleasure. And as I'm speaking to you, I talk a lot about sexual energy and frequency too. If I'm really honest with you, there is a lot of energy going on in my sacral chakra around my yoni area. There's a lot of energy, right? It's because I'm turned on. It's not sexual as in I want to have sex, although that would be good. We can do something about that, Chris says. It's actually this potent energy of creation and love and expansion and sharing and birthing and resurrection. It's juicy, it's rich, it's overflowing, because I'm doing what I'm called to do without censoring myself. Even sharing the mistakes I make and my own vulnerability is a sacred expression of sharing ourselves. Perfection, remember, perfection really alienates us and shuts us down. And sharing our imperfection and our truth draws people in, really, because we're being real. We're not putting on a fake mask, always saying that we've always got it together. You know, growing my business, some days I've felt like I was crawling on my hands and my knees. Right? Literally going step, but I was still going forward, still moving forward. And if you continue to do that and make a sacred vow that no matter what, you will expand and grow and build your seven-figure, multi-seven-figure business serving from your heart, you will receive that. You will receive that. It doesn't matter if it takes a year, 2 years, 5 years. It doesn't matter, really. You are going to have to expand. You're going to have to grow. And unless you do the adequate amount of work to grow, you can't hold it. So it's okay. Allow yourself to move. Allow yourself to grow. When some of those days when you feel like you are crawling on your hands and knees, stop, replenish, refill, trust the process. Allow yourself to be okay with emotion. Allow yourself to have the dark night of the soul, because all of that, like I had a beautiful client, and I was going to say girlfriend because she is a girlfriend. She went through so much stuff a few weeks ago. She was brought to her knees, energetically and physically brought to her knees. And it was part of her major ascension, so it was actually perfect. And she went and shared a video online about this, showing her imperfection, showing her vulnerability. Imperfectly perfect, really, because the sharing that she gave was sublime. She filled her retreat within a couple of days. And now, you know, the light has gone off and she is doing these videos and sharing her truth and sharing her message like this now all the time. She can't go back, right? And then just the other day, she did a video just yesterday, and I'm so happy because she spoke her truth and held her vibration and her power, and she sold another 2 high-end spots just from that live stream. So another client of mine, we were talking during my live training. Hey, Jenna, I'm not pronouncing her name properly. Jenna, beautiful woman. Oh my God, you guys, if you're in New York City, check Jenna out, La Flemme. She's an amazing healer and teacher, and she's teaching a lot more now, I believe, on sacred sexuality. And she runs a beautiful high priestess, gorgeous business. And I think she even has her own worshipping temple. I need to know more about it. So anyway, what was I saying about, I think I've lost my train of thought, but there was something there. Oh yeah, so my client, we were talking about it. So she said, Ingrid, you gave me this golden nugget, and that was allow yourself to sell in every live stream. Imagine what that would be. Every time you get online, you sell from a place of divine service. Anyway, she's doing it. It just took that one kind of idea, that one intent, that one invocation for her to say, yes, I deserve that, I want to receive that, and I also want to contribute that, right? We're not taking, we're giving. And we then receive from that giving. The client receives, and then we receive, and everyone evolves and prospers. How beautiful is that? So if you want that for yourself, just say yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. I now allow myself to sell every single day. Consistency with love. Okay, guys, I'm going to go off for the day. I'm going to enjoy this city. I'm shooting my own video series. I was like, I'm not spending 20 grand on an apartment and not shooting my own video series. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, and what would that feel like? Because the feeling always takes us forward, right? The feeling. If you want to create a pattern interrupt and stop regurgitating the past, you want to focus on the feeling of your future. It's a future embodiment, and that lives in every single cell of your being. It's who you become energetically. When you become it energetically, it has to show up physically, right? The physical reality will match your energy, but it starts within first. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, guys. For any of you who are interested in working with me, I have a divine program, High End Empire. It's a 1-year sacred immersion. We are currently building the new website, but I do have the old one up. Basically, it's the same price or a little bit less, but you actually get a whole year worth of live support from my husband and I. It's a sacred initiation, home to your voice, your power, to abundance, to money. We teach advanced business trainings as well as the spiritual, energetic evolution that we all must go on to receive at a deep, deep level. So the best way to find out about that is to just PM me or message me below, and I'll send you a curriculum overview. The price points, it's $499 a month by 12 payments, or you can pay in full for $5,000 US. The value of the program is literally over $40,000. We teach everything from selling on webinars, copy, sales, Facebook ads, messaging, voice, video. It's a deep business course. And that's about it. So just reach out. I'm sending you lashings of love. You can join at any time. I adore you all. I'm sending you so much love. And have a beautiful, beautiful day. Okay, gorgeous ones. Bye.